Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Normally, I come on here and tell you to dump your change, right? Normally, I'll say it's time for you to dump your change. But I wanted to take a moment to actually get into an explanation of why dumping your change is so important to me. I am the Nicole Johnson, founder of Girl Your Money Matters, which is affectionately known as the gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. It's a little chilly in my neck of the woods, and I do not mean what I cooked for dinner last night. So I got my sweatshirt on, and it says that my faith is stronger than my fears. And the reason that that's important to today's topic is because working with women and their money, whether they're at the beginning stage, whether they're at the intermediate stage, whether they've arrived at that top echelon of where they want to be in their career or their entrepreneurial journey, there's always some sort of fear when it comes to dealing with the money. Always, no matter what it is. And I could pick a ton of things out, but that's not the point of today's discussion. Dumping your change is intentional. And when you start getting intentional with your money, you start having different results with what you can do. It impacts how much money you actually get to keep of the money that you make. So, dumping your change is when you're very specific, right? I don't know how much is at the bottom of this purse. I don't know how much in these pants pockets. I don't know how much is in these couch cushions from company that was over here, but I'm about to find out. And I'm going to dump it all in one pot, one bowl, one jar. Because once you start doing that on a consistent basis, because you're intentional with what you're doing, your habit is in place. You start building the habit so that when the money increases and your mindset changes, all you have to do is switch up the amount of deposit because the habit has already been instilled. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It was a true aha moment for me from where I was to where I am and how to get there. Okay, so I have a client now. She's been saving for several years and she's been very intentional, and now it's become a family practice. So when her husband comes home, he has a little jar on the dresser. He works in. He actually has his own restaurant. So he's picking up change all the time. That change goes right in that jar, and she eventually takes it and put it into the family pot. Her older children, they dump into it because she's got a younger daughter, and that pot, as of last year, has $7,000 in it. It's the baby's college fund. They're very intentional with it. And she continues to do it, even though their money, their finances, they are living their best life. They still make it a point to intentionally put change in their life. I was looking online and looking at some information, doing my research like I do. There's a man over in another country. He walked into the bank with 16 5-gallon water jugs full of various coins. It took them 4 hours and a bunch of people to count it by hand because they didn't even have a coin counter. $21,700 is a down payment on his house. Very intentional with his savings. Client, she didn't realize, hey, Nicole said do it, so I'm just going to do it. It's going to benefit me somehow, some way. Well, her son got sick. She had to take off of work for 3 months. She didn't have any benefits that covered her for that. But that change paid those bills for that 3-month period of time. She called me in tears. Thank you. So things like that, when we get intentional and we have results like that, it doesn't matter how much you make. It really doesn't. Because that's going to change as you increase your knowledge, your skill set to make advancements in your career. You might go from a job to a career or from a job to entrepreneurship. That's going to change. But there's one thing that has to change along with the money, and that's your mindset. If the mindset doesn't change, the money problems are going to be the same. Do I need to say that again for the people in the back? If your mindset does not change, Doesn't matter about the money problem's gonna stay the same. All right. So that's why it's important to me because I want to make sure that you know whether you're earning 30, 40, 50, 6 figures, headed to seven, you don't change your money mindset. Doesn't matter. You're going to have the same issues. You're going to have the same problems, just on a bigger scale. So make sure you're implementing intentional changes because once the money go up, your mindset got to go up too, boo. All right? So that's why dump your change is so important to me. I want you to make sure that every Friday, every gathering, every time somebody come over, check them couch cushions, see that they leave a deposit and put it in your change jar. I promise you, change will change your life. Bye, y'all.